somebody is echoing what Dr. Mrs. Lawson has been teaching, and he did not cite me. He went on a graduation stage to remind all of you women that though you may have paid thousands of dollars to graduate, to go to school to get a diploma, it was useless. I am the one that has been preaching this message. I didn't know he would plagiarize me, but it's okay, he's a man. I must let him plagiarize me. Who would have thought that a young man of 28 years old will be able to give us such wise words on what women should be doing? That boy has 2 children. He has a son and he has a daughter. I am so happy that his daughter will grow up one day and graduate from college and remember that daddy said, my college degree means nothing. Being educated means nothing. As long as I have pancakes to make for a man, my life is worth living today. Every night, Dr. Mrs. Lawson, as I'm massaging my husband's feet, because me, I never sleep. Good wives never sleep. I think about all the women that are being fed all this progressive nonsense that they can be more than wives and mothers, and I just weep. It is so good to know that there are still men ministering to women, reminding them that there is no greater cause than reproducing for a man, sacrificing for a man, cleaning for a man, tending for a man, doing anything that involves a man. I love that we are still preaching this in 2024 at a college graduation where many women pay thousands of dollars to walk across the stage. I love that this is the speech that they wear. You are here collecting degree. All that matters is you have a man. In these hard times, we know that you probably need 2 incomes to sustain the home, but no, lock the women up and have them baking bread. That's what will solve all the problems in society today. Shut the women up and lock them in the house. My plan is working. Good to know. Good for him.
What's up, Eliens? You probably just saw me, but it's Simply Elle, and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and welcome to the Alien gang. And if you're not new here, you know it's the regular madness. It's the regular madness. Thanks for coming back. Let's find the vibration. So this video is a video diary. I haven't titled it yet, but I just know I'm a little upset because I saw a video on Twitter on X. Elon Musk, don't come for me, I beg. I'm so sorry. I saw a video of an NFL kicker, Harrison Butker, telling women this. Let's listen to this
Ladies and
video.
gentlemen of the class of 2024, you are sitting at the edge of the rest of your lives. Each of you has the potential to leave a legacy that transcends yourselves and this era of human existence. In the small ways, by living out your vocation, you will ensure that God's church continues and the world is enlightened by your example. For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be when they disregard the outside noise and move closer and closer to God's will in their life. Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true, but if you asked her today if she has any regrets on her decision, she would laugh out loud without hesitation and say, heck no. As a man who gets a lot of praise and has been given a platform to speak to audiences like this one today, I pray that I always use my voice for God and not for myself. Everything I am saying to you is not from a place of wisdom, but rather a place of experience. I am hopeful that these words...
We can tell that it's not from a place of wisdom at all.
will be seen as those from a man not much older than you, who feels it is imperative that this class, this generation, and this time in our society must stop pretending that the things we see around us are normal.
Okay, the person who originally posted it that I'm seeing right now says, not a word Harrison Butler says here should be remotely controversial. He's 100% correct. Those trying to convince women that being assistant VP of lending and intentionally childless at age 40 is more fulfilling than making a family and home are evil. Nobody is trying to convince women to do whatever that is, being a VP of whatever the fudge. Nobody is convincing women to do what they don't want to do. As a woman, you should be able to choose what you want to do with your life. You should be able to find your own calling, your purpose on your own. If you're religious, if you believe in God, with the help of God, right? And there's so many fulfilling things to do out here besides being a VP of lending, besides being a CEO, besides being a wife and a mother and a homemaker. If you as a woman want to be a homemaker, do that. If you want to be a vice president of whatever, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be whatever, do that. That's what I believe in. I'm a feminist. And this is the first time I've ever said that out loud on such a big platform. Because I used to be afraid of my beliefs and I felt like I wasn't fully equipped to defend my opinions. But honestly, screw it all. Screw it. I am a feminist. I believe in feminist ideologies. And the core of feminist ideology is the right to choose. I don't believe that there is one way that everybody is going to live their life. Which is what pisses me off when people try to bastardize what feminism actually stands for. As a woman, if you want to be a housewife or a homemaker or whatever the heck these people are describing, you have every single right to do that. But what you don't have the right to do now is to impose that on every single woman alive. And as a woman, if you choose to be child-free, if you choose not to be a wife, if you want to be the vice president of lending, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a physicist, which this man's mother is, if you want to do that, you have every right to do it. And what they don't have rights to do is to force people to go and be a career woman either. Everybody has their choices. Everybody doesn't believe in God. Everybody has their own religious beliefs. As someone who's given her life to Christ, I understand that not everybody believes in God. I believe in God, and God tells me that my purpose in life is not to go and be cooking in the kitchen, raising children only. This man literally said his wife's dreams didn't come true. So she had dreams, she had aspirations, she had goals, but she gave them up so that you can go kick balls to provide for the family. So God forbid now something happens to this guy, God forbid something happens to him and he can no longer kick balls for a living. Where's the money gonna come from? Who's gonna provide? How would he provide? If he can no longer work and bring money, income, how would the family now survive? You don't have to work and be a mom or do both or do one or the other. But as a woman, I believe that you should have some sort of financial stability that isn't tied to a man, that isn't tied to another person. Do you remember when you moved out of your parents' house, you got your own job, you started making your own money? Do you remember the freedom that gave you? Do you understand the freedom making your own money gives you as a person, not just as a woman? I don't have to ask my dad for money before I buy the microphone that I'm using to make this video today. I don't have to ask my father for money to buy all the perfumes I just reviewed in my last video. I don't have to ask my dad for money to buy this ring light that I've set up, to buy anything that you see in here. Everything in here was purchased with my own money because I was raised. Oh man, pause. I want to take this time to give a shout out to my father. I want to take this time to give a shout out to my mother, who taught me the value of an education, the value of being able to have your own. as a woman. I'm grateful that my parents did not discard me to the kitchen and to be learning how to be a freaking wife, and knew that I, as a girl child, needed to go to school and learn something with my brain. They knew that I was an intelligent person, and they cultivated that. They nurtured my intelligence and made sure that I was always challenged. I'm glad that I have the ability to critically think. I have the ability to go out right now and be very, very competitive as a candidate for positions that I want to apply to, and to be able to make the money that I make today. It's not even that much. It's not even near what I actually want to achieve in this life. I'm still climbing. But I also want to be a mother. It's not because my mom instilled that in me. That's just something I've always known. My parents encouraged me to read. My parents encouraged me to be educated and then worry about men when I've achieved something, when I've become something in life. And I just want to say thank you, Dad, thank you, Mom, thank you for not telling me that my place was at home raising kids. I think I would have pushed back on that if that's what they tried to teach me to, honestly. Like, it just doesn't sit well in my spirits. I want to be a mother. I've always known that. Before I even dreamt of being anybody's wife, I've always known in my heart of hearts that I want to be a mom. That's my choice. So I'm gonna have to make it work, being a mother and also working to achieve my goals and having a career. I believe that in this economy, you cannot rely on one person's income. That person that's, shouldering all of that providing whatever, is going to become stressed the hell out. They're going to become stressed out, and then there's going to be problems. There's probably going to be resentment and all this stuff. For you to be comfortably supporting a household in 2024, you have to be making money in top 10% category. If that. I don't understand what the problem is if a woman decides that she wants to be something other than a baby machine, and someone that just sits at home and teaches children and does whatever the heck how homemaker wives do. I don't know what that entails because that's not my ministry. The thought of sitting at home doing whatever the heck that is really gives me very visceral reactions. Sadness, boredom. He's giving this kind of speech at a commencement ceremony where there's a lot of women that just graduated, completing degrees that it took them maybe 4 or 5 years to achieve, telling them that they were diabolically lied to. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that at my graduation. I want you to be telling me how bright my future is. Not about being a mother and getting married. Everybody in this world is not going to get married, and everybody in this world is not going to have children. And I don't believe everyone in this world needs to have kids. It's not everybody that can be a parent. It's not everybody that can be a mom. I am fighting for the right to choose. I feel like this was a very inappropriate speech for a commencement ceremony. Now, people are saying it's a Catholic school and this is, par for the course at a Catholic university, but doesn't mean that everybody that goes to that school is Catholic. Do you have to be Catholic to go to a Catholic school? I have friends who went to a Catholic school and they were not even Christians, let alone Catholics. So I don't believe that everybody in here subscribes to that faith or that ideology. So there are people in there who probably, I don't know, I would like to hear from somebody who was there. How did they feel? But I feel like there could be people in there that felt offended. I would have felt insulted because at my graduation, everything was just uplifting, congratulating you for all the hard work that day is a culmination of. I spent years in labs, years writing lab reports, years writing literary analyses, years doing program planning for health promotion and public health and all that, for me to now get to the graduation day and somebody is telling me that they lied to me and that my degree is basically a waste of my time, that I wasted my time and money, that what I really should be working towards is marrying one man and having children. At what age? Do you know what age people are when they're graduating college? And they should be worried about finding a husband? At what, 21? highest maybe 22 or 23, depending on if you're like doing masters or bachelors. This man said his wife's life did not start until she became his wife and mother to his children. What kind of shit is that? So right now, I'm a single child-free woman. I don't have a life. If we're generalizing what he's saying, does that mean that unless you get married to a guy and have his children, your life hasn't started? I mentioned earlier about his mom being a physicist, right? She's a medical physicist at the Emory University Department of Radiation Oncology. Are you telling me that your mother's work or whatever it is, the reason you have mouths to talk right now is because of that woman that did not give up on her career, on her life's goals? Are you trying to say that your mom made a mistake? As an XX chromosomian, I hate cooking with a passion. I'm good at it. I have the ability to cook like anybody else in this world, but I hate doing it. I only cook for survival. I cook because I have to eat. And I'm a very picky eater. I'm so picky, it's not even funny. Ask anybody that knows me. I'm a very, very picky eater. So me or my mother are the only people that I really eat their food. I eat my mother's food is my food. Oh my goodness, I love the taste of my own food. I prefer eating my own food than going out and eating, but sometimes going out and eating is more convenient. Sometimes I don't have the energy. I don't have the wherewithal to get into the kitchen and bust down and do all of it. No, I don't want to do it. So now you're telling me that that's my life mission is to be cooking for you and some tiny little rugrats? I'm sorry, but no. I have a choice in this situation. I have a choice in the matter. And my life was not predetermined by y'all. It was predetermined by God. And he is leading me down a path that does not involve me staying home with kids, cooking, cleaning, homemaking for the rest of my life. That's not the vision I'm seeing. That is not the vision that God is giving me. Remember when confirmed witch Phyllis Schlafly would spend 340 days a year traveling around the country telling women they should stay home and raise their children while her sons were raised by nannies and sent to boarding schools. Hypocrites, all of them. And this is so true because, women can be misogynistic too. Women uphold patriarchy just as much as men do, even though it doesn't benefit all of us. And when I say all of us, I mean both men and women. Patriarchy does not benefit y'all the way you think it does. And instead of worrying about that, you want to blame it on women. Women don't do what I want them to do. Women don't listen to me. But it's a system that you also uphold that forces you to go and work like a dog to sustain a family when that load can be shared. But you want to complain to every single person that you go to work all day. Who is it not you that is saying that you have to do this and that the woman should not worry about it? But if they ask you now, some of y'all are miserable. Some men are working 2, 3, 4 jobs when they really only need to do one good job, and the other person in the house could do another good job and bring money into the house, and both the man and the woman can take care of the home. But what the hell do I know? Back to the point. Women will tell you not to, do X, do Z, do Y, do whatever, while they're literally doing that exact same thing. It's like they'll tell you not to peacock, right? But they're peacocking for men. You not to show your abilities and work and all that for yourself, but you can do all of that behind a guy. People like this lady that they were just describing, literally a career woman. People like Miss Pearly things. Feminism allows you to come and sit on a podcast talking rubbish, arguing with men, but feminists are the problem. Yeah, we're destroying everybody's lives. We're lying diabolically to women when we say that it's okay, you can go and work. When we tell them it's okay, go to college, get an education, get a degree. It's a diabolical lie. I can't believe that you will come into somebody's graduation ceremony and tell almost half of the population there that they basically wasted their time. I would be mad as hell. Like, I'll be sitting there looking like, are we? Y'all hear this shit? And people under this tweet replying being extremely disingenuous, being willfully ignorant, saying it's not like he's telling you what to do. He's not telling you what to do. He's not telling you what to do. It's just advice. You saying that my true purpose, my true calling, my true role, the most important role is for me to be a homemaker. That statement implies that women should not be focused on careers. They shouldn't be focused on positions and promotions and money and this and that and the third. Even if you don't want to work for anybody, that's fine. If you're going to be a housewife, at least do something that will bring money for you. Not allowance that your husband gives you. Because that only lasts for as long as you are useful to him. Anybody who wants to take this message and live by it, you can do that. But just leave us over here that don't subscribe to this mess alone. You can very much be a homemaker. That is your choice. But if I choose not to be a homemaker, a stay-at-home mother and all that blah 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 blah, that's my choice, and you don't demonize me for it, telling me I'm diabolically lying to women. Are you mad? Women, listen to me. We are not a monolith, and we all know that. We are not the same. If being at home, staying at home, tending to the kids, being the primary educator and all that, if that makes you happy, if you're fulfilled doing that, please continue. Just be very smart about it. That's all I'm saying. And women, if you don't want to do all that, if you never want to have kids, if you never want to be married, if you want to be single and child-free for life, if you want to work and, have a career, make a lot of money, be very important in the career space, do that. Full throttle. And if you want to be that career woman and have a home like I've described that I want to do, please work towards that. Achieve what you want to achieve in this life. Achieve something for yourself, not behind a man. Your life doesn't only become fulfilling because you allowed a man into your life and allowed him to impregnate you, for you guys to multiply yourselves. That's not when you start living. You're alive right now. Take your life seriously. You don't even have to listen to me. Just ask yourself, what do you want to do? Read, research, open your mind to different things. Make your own choices. What the feminists, what the true feminists are fighting for is the right for a woman to choose what she wants to do with her life and what she wants to do with her body. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This video was not planned or scripted or anything. I'm just spouting what comes into my head right now. I was really irritated by watching this because it literally gave me Handmaid's Tale vibes. The women who agree and are saying all this stuff are literally Serena Joy coded. And when they start regretting it, because taking away somebody's choice is asinine. I'm sorry for my language. And I really pray to God that very soon we won't be in a world where women are getting fired from their jobs because it's against the law. Where women cannot have bank accounts again because it's against the law. Too many women fought for these rights that I'm starting to see being stripped away. Small. Because it only starts with an idea. And it starts with somebody in power thinking they can control a specific group of people. Please, guys, let's be guided. That's all I have to say. I'm done. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video if you like the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that you don't miss an upload. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!